sunniness. So these are all cold and miserable because they're under treatment, or were under treatment, which hasn't been very successful actually. It's getting here. So what we're going to do, we're going to do filter cleans, and then what I want to do is, as the fluke treatment hasn't been successful as I hoped it would be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to PP and then treat. So strip that slime coat back and then treat them. But first of all, what I want to do is get the old, now we get it into spring as the temps start picking up. What's the pond temp today? 10.3, but in the filter shed it's 16 to half. So what I'm going to do is get me the old air pump set back up. Then it's done then, because obviously with PP what you do want to do, especially with sturgeon, I mean the sturgeon I likely end up having to take out. But what I do need to do is obviously increase the air, make sure there's plenty of oxygen, because at the moment I've got it turned right down. So yes, so we're going to do that. Give this old girl a clean out, give it a pump out. I don't know how shitty it is in there, I don't think it's too bad. Get rid of, dump the water out of this, clean the Tempest, and then I'll join you back when we're just hooking up the air pumps. Because I'm going to change it. Remember last year I had that air bar? I mean, it was good fun making it, but yeah, pointless. Don't waste your time. You may as well just put an air stone in. It's a lot easier. Different if you're turning your bottom drain off, your air to your bottom drain off, but as it is, it's not worth it. Plus I want to put my feeder in this corner this year, so yes, that's that. And then next step will be taking these off. I've got to do the roof while these are on, so I don't get anything in the pond. And then it'll be a case of changing over to nets this year. I'm quite excited to show you that actually, the net. Yeah, it's one of them ones you can lay on. I think I mentioned it before, but yeah, like everybody's just looking tatty and a bit down. So yeah, let's crack on. Dogs are loving the sun. Right, that's everything drained down. I've taken a load of water out of here. Temperature's done 3 times, so obviously water's dropped in the pond. Nice bit of foam there. Lovely. How are they doing in there? There's Beanie, look. Beanie's grown. Don't know if you'll see any of the flashing that's going on. Usually the way you tell someone your fish are flashing, sit and watch them and they won't move at all. But I don't know if you see it, every now and then you'll see the head shaking, even on, so with the gill flukes, even Beanie, where's he gone? Buggered off now. Even Beanie, here's Steve down there. Even Beanie is giving it a bit of the old head shakes with the gill flukes, so. Goshki down there, you can't really see it. So next, let's get the air done back up. But I want to do this year, so I had discs last year. Down there, and as I said, the air bar, so I'm just going to rip the air bar off, switch this one over for I'll show you actually, bear me 2 ticks. Yeah, so for this year I've got myself a couple of these rather than the discs. No reason why, I just fancied a change. Bit of girth on it, bit of girth. So what I'm going to do, this is an easy switch over, like I said to you, it's just sits down there in the corner as a disc. In fact, I can probably pull it up. Here it is, but it was old and manky last year, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this ripped off. Whoa, nearly went in the water. There's Beanie. Get this one switched out for a long cylinder type, which is easy. Drop that back in. The hardest bit will be over there, but I'll show you that when we get over there. Alright, so that's that one on. I did have to cut a little bit off. Went on the floor somewhere. Obviously, I think they were a struggle to get on those ones, so I heated it up, squashed it over, whereas this is a bit of a snug fit without having to do too much. So I would put a cable tie on it, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. Time that swells up in the cold water would be good. So now I'm going to move on to that end. So with this side, the air used to run round the back, across, up and over, and then down, so I need to get in there. So I left this very convenient gate. It's quite handy. See how green it's gone over here with the backy showers. I've got to try and get all this off before the spring. And you can see, just in there is my outlet to, I don't know if you can see that actually, we can try. See, it's amazing how much green there is over in this corner. Yeah, you can see my outlet. So what I want to do is sit the bubbles, so the bubbles come up and then get pushed out by by the jet, or the stream of water, should I say, coming out of Das Tempest. But yeah, gonna get over, get that disconnected, and then we can use the wire, or the air line that's in there, just to make sure we can get enough to drop it down in this corner. That's out with the old. I don't know if you can see it. If I zoom in, it probably won't be a very good picture, but that is absolutely caked in shit. It's obviously been acting as a shelf for all the crap to sit on. I made it slightly different to the others, where I just had a flat piece, so I needed something to hold it taut, if you like, in the water. But yeah, that's I'm glad I've got that removed, actually. So now it's just a case of getting this one on. I need to find where I've dropped my airline, and I've still got my little mini valve down here, which I can have a play around with, and that'll be it. Job's a good one. It couldn't have gone any better. So literally the length that I needed was pretty much the length that it was. Shocker. The only thing having air stones in it, you just need to make sure that no shit builds up on them. But you can actually see my water, the way it comes round. You see that line, almost like a rip curl. This water, yeah, what it does is this as well, this corner, it helps keep the food over that side. So right, next job, we need to go in. I don't think I need anything from here. Actually, I might need a screwdriver, but next thing is just doing manual cleans on this while it's filling up. So what I need to do is, obviously, I think I changed that valve onto that one, I think it was. I don't know, I really should have remembered this a bit better. So that one becomes just this, because I am going to up the media, so having a 100 litre pump on it's going to be good. And then that one is an 80, and that does the bottom drain and the air stone. So let's fathom this out. I can see a bit of cut pipe there, which is never good. That means I've rushed and then gone, I'll sod it, I'll sort this out in the spring. So yeah, I'm going to go and have a look at that now, and we'll see what it is we need to do. But yeah, it is looking a bit of a mess, if I'm honest. Okay, leave it with me. Always, whenever you're doing air pipe stuff, you've got to have your electrical tape and your cable ties. Without cable ties, this isn't a bodge. Don't need WD-40 though. That's not good for your pond. You notice I disappeared for a minute there. Pliers had gone down side of pond. So I had to dig my arm in, get it out, and my arm got stuck, and there's no one else home. You probably can't see it. You're probably just looking, thinking, look at the size of that guy's biceps. That can't be true. But yeah, well, that could have been awkward, couldn't it? Right, there we go. I think I'm done. It looks a fucking mess. Annoyingly, what I need to do at some point, I'm going to board the shed out. So I've got the timber to do it, thanks to a guy you know you are watching. So yeah, I need to have a play around with these airlines, but at the moment they come up, because they're not quite long enough, they go to here. So this is solely Nexus now, and then this one is split between the bottom drain, which is that one, and the air stones, or air, whatever you want to call them now, air dildos. So hopefully, if I turn the bottom drain on, I think it's that one, you should have some serious bubble action. It says, here it comes. So this will go nuts now. So I'm actually going to add some media in here. You can see it's proper bubbling. So that's that. So the other one then, if I turn it on, hopefully it don't go pop. Well, it's turned on, that's something. Let's have a run out to the pond, shall we? And we can see Wagwan. Right, oh, nothing at the moment. What's happened here then? What's happened here, guys? Why is that not working? What have I fucked up? Alright, I'll come back to you, hang on. Sussed it out. The pipe had come undone on a joint. So this one needs a bit of fettling with. It's a bit too strong. The bottom drain's moving as well now. So what I need to do is, this one's barely open actually. So if I close this one off slightly, doesn't have to be open a lot, this one. The fish are already coming up in the air, bless their heart. Oh, that's too little. What's going on here, Dave? Oops. Be better controlling this from the main valve, I think. There we go, it's coming up in that corner now. Bit of a jacuzzi though. What's this end doing? It's very similar, so I think what I can do is just turn it down on the main valve now. And we'll see what we get. Obviously, what we reduce these by is what we... Oh, fuck. I hope you heard that. Otherwise it just weren't worth it. That was a big one. Right on top of the head. But yeah, so what was I saying before I got me concussion? So that's looking better in this corner now. And then this corner isn't too sad. So I'm happy with that at the minute. Could open that valve a bit more. Oh, that's nice. How's that looking up here though? Yeah, it's good in this corner. It's going to stop any crap around that pipe inlet. Last one to check is the bottom drain. Excuse me, it's wishing around. And the bottom drain, yeah, it's a bit dirty, our window, sorry. Yeah, that's working. So these jobs are good on. That's that ready for the spring. It annoys me, that one's going slightly more than that one. But I don't think I can be too petty over this. The only thing with this one you have to watch, I need to be careful of, is that it is pushing stuff back into the skimmer, which is just under there. It normally does. It normally hits the bottom drain current from the air dome and it goes in, which it seems to be, and it means I don't get a dead spot in this corner. But since putting the air back on, the old fish, look, they've come to life, bless them. Right, anyway, that's everything. Pond's topping up. That's on for a clean. Air tank's back up, or air pump's back up and running. Next step, have a cup of tea, check my head ain't bleeding. And then we'll PP the pond. I don't know. It's too early in the, well, it's not even in the season yet, or not even in spring. We've got problems. But I do, if we just run up here, I do question how much shit this was holding. No, this doesn't look as much. I don't know. Any shit is not good shit. So this can thermally go in the bin. I'll keep the bits off of it. I'll let that dry before I do anything. There's my handy little gate. But yeah. Actually, the pond's nearly topped back up, so I'll have to be careful here. Yeah. Lovely jubbly. Right, we're just in the garage. Cup of tea. So what I want to do is this little pond tech, designed for fish tanks, small ponds, very small ponds. Got an air stone on the end of it. Slightly OTT, but it's the only one I can find. But typically, you go to use something, you got an old plug on the end. So what I want to do is, obviously, I'm going to have to aerate the PP, but also I'm going to have the sturgeon. So I'm going to treat the pond, but do a dip treatment for the sturgeon. It's far more controlled, and I can keep an eye on them much closer. Far closer than I could if they were swimming around the pond, and obviously it then's quite hard to get them out the pond should there be problems. So I'm going to set this up. This can aerate the PP. So as you know, you mix PP with warm water or hot water, and it gets aerated for 20 minutes odd before you put it in the pond. So I'm going to do this, get this hooked up, and I'm going to get everything prepared. Then we're heading out at 3 for dinner for Mother's Day tomorrow, so can't miss that. And then when I get back, so it'll be about 5, 6 o'clock, temperature it'll be its lowest for the day, and then we can go for the PP. I can sit and watch it for 3 or 4 hours. But yeah, going to get a plug on this, and then I'll show you once I'm all set up, shall I? Excuse hat head. Right, we're indoors, so I'm just, like I say, I'm trying to get prepared for a bit later on. So one major thing with PP is make sure you've got a good set of digital scales, the ones that go down to a very accurate measurement. Excuse the egg cup, can't find my little pot. So I've just done my calcs. Don't need that for a minute, but I'm just going to work out. So I'm going to do a bath, as I said, for the sturgeon. So that's at about 2.5 grams I need. So you do 1 gram per 10 litres. And then it's just as per the Kusuri pack. I don't know if you can see that on there. So it's 6.8 grams. They actually recommend you do like 18 hours on here, which is crazy. I'd never leave it more than 4 hours. But yeah, so 6.8 grams per 4,546. So I'm just going to weigh it out. Oh, my scales have gone off. So these were, I used to get these with the e-liquid. When I used to knock up, or I still do, but knock up my own e-liquid. You actually used to get these free from the shop. So if you live near a Totally Wicked, ask them if they've got some scales, if you haven't got any of your own. But yeah, knock this up. I won't subject you to that boredom. I'll do this, then I'm ready for a bit later on. Right, there we go. Everything's ready for later on. So clean vat, PP vat. Ponds all covered back up now, so that's good. But yeah, so I'll meet you back here at about 6, 7 o'clock tonight. And we'll get our PP on, shall we? See you in a bit. Right, so that's bubbling away now. So I've just got a tiny little air pump extension lead. I did break the air fucking thing, which is a bit annoying, but never mind. So next, get the 1 gram per, no, is it 1 gram? Yeah, 1 gram per 10 litres in there, because that's where the sturgeon are going to go on the net. And then by then that'll be done, and then we're ready to dump it in. So I managed to get albino beanie straight away, but just thought I'd show you why the Shiro's at. You can just see how pink and irritated he is at the moment. So they'll be glad. Just having a check, there's no signs of any ulcers or marks where they've been scraping, but thankfully it looks all right. But yeah, let's get Beanie into its box for a minute, and then we gotta try and catch Steve, which at night, can you see Steve? Oh yeah, look. Yeah, but he won't be that easy to catch, I don't think. But yeah, let's get him in. You see him in there? And he dropped him. Golly. I was expecting it to be quite rough and quite dry. It weren't, it was very slimy. Right.
Hello, Steve. It's massive.
It's huge, isn't it? It's so big. Can you see all right? Come down a bit closer then, so we can all see Steve. So Steve was about 4 or 5 inches long when we bought him, and now look.
He's pitch black on the camera.
He's solid. Right, so here we go. So we've got the first lot of PP to go in the pond. So we're going to add this over about a 20-minute, half-hour time period. So they're not going to be happy, but such is life. It will go nice colour. That's the only thing you can say. Do the first lot. It's still quite warm actually, where the weather's quite cold. I'll go and put the aeration back on. There you go, slightly better video of Steve. They are just like a prehistoric animal, aren't they? Look at that. It's stunning, really. Right, everyone's out here. Ev's over there, look. Careful. Slipped on that wall. So the water's automatic. Officially pink now, so we just got to keep it going. It's hard at night, obviously, because of the light, so I'm just got to keep an eye on it, see if it goes brown or not. But yeah. So sturgeon's in, first sturgeon's in for its dip. It's doing okay actually. Loads of oxygen going in. Yeah. Let's see how we get on. Speak to you in an hour. They're back in the bowl, safe with oxygen. So now they can just chill out for a minute, bless them. Pond, still pink. What are you reckon, kids? Oh. What are you doing, Ev? Shrek. Tit. Right, join you back in a bit. Well, we're over the halfway mark. They all seem very happy now. Right, HP's gone in. It's amazing, I've only done, you dose it over about an hour. 45 minutes to an hour, so I dumped the first quarter in and it's shocking how quickly. Everybody in there seems to be alright. Obviously got that horrible brownie tinge now, but yeah. So tomorrow we'll come out, I'll let the HP come out a bit, do another water change, and then we'll add the Fluke-solve. But that's it for tonight. It's getting dark and very late. Morning all. Another day in paradise. Beautiful British weather. So everything is cleared now, and just let me walk around. I don't want to stay out here too long because it's wet. I'm just about to do the fluke treatment, but I thought I'd better come and check on them. And what have we got in here? So just chucked some sinking food in, but look at this, look. Nobody trapped in corners. That is Beanie. She's mopping up some of the food. The only one I haven't seen yet is Steve, which is a bit worrying. Oh, look. I don't know if you can see him. He's over there, look. He's over there mopping up the food. So that is successful. And what I have noticed this morning is no flashing. So I do know there's some flukes still in there, so I'll still go ahead with the fluke treatment. And I've PP'd, so I'm in so far anyway. But yeah, wow. Nice leaky roof still. Get that sorted. But the main thing was getting the fish sorted. But everybody, look, seems happy. Everybody's swimming around. He's been clamp finned for the last, what, week? Yeah. You know, PP's an aggressive treatment, and it's not really one for the faint-hearted, and it's not really something I recommend. It's a last-ditched attempt or last resort, but it does do the business when it needs to. And pound for pound, obviously the cost of PP is relatively low. So, but yeah, just don't. If you're unsure, don't try it. Be sure of what you're doing before you use it. But yeah, sorry to sound so gruff. I've still got this man flu. But yeah, all right, let's get on with the PP treatment. PP treatment, bloody hell, they don't want another one of them. Let's get on with the fluke treatment, shall we? Right, just before I go then, so as I said before, my choice of tipple this time, Fluke-solve, used Fluke-m, it didn't do sod all, didn't touch the sides with the gill fluke, so always had, I want to say the company owner is Fiona, that I spoke to years and years ago, and I've always found Flukesolve to be a really good product, so, and it says veterinary on it, so, well, you know, I'm a vet, you know what I mean? So we're just going to mix it up. So I'm going to use the whole pack for this one. It's actually a couple of grams short, but I'll have to buy a second pack anyway to do a follow-up treatment in a week's time. So yeah, add that to 10 litres of clean water. That's going to go in my little watering can there. It's had some use over the last couple of days. This bad boy's like 5 years old and it gets a hammering off me. Not literally. Never fit in there, would it, eh? Right, let's get this knocked up. As I say, just drop her in. Add the water in the pond. Done. I swear, I didn't do it, Gov. Right, one of the things I'm going to do, as I did yesterday, I didn't do it on the first one, didn't even think about it, and quite a few people picked me up on it. I'm going to take out the inlet to the drum for a while, just so the drum's not taken out. Obviously, that's only what do they call it? Oh, fuck me, I've forgotten now. Oh, whatever. But the sieve grading, obviously it's going to take some of the powder out. We don't want that, so just going to tip it in the pond once it's finished frothing, and then that's it, we're good. I was going to film me putting it in for great effect, good content, but that's it. Bit murky now, got plenty of air on again, so I've got my air in the corners as you saw yesterday, and yeah, just got to wait now. Hopefully they're all right. They've gone through PP, so I'm sure they'll be fine. But yeah, hopefully, the weather will clear up. Need them little windscreen wipers. Hey, won't be long. It'll be summer. I can get my old clip-ons out. Oi, oi. Yeah, hopefully next week it'll be a bit more about fun stuff rather than treating and bad stuff. But we always said as a channel, we share the good, we share the bad. I was going to say share the love as well, but given that this is a koi channel, it's probably not really appropriate, is it? Right, cool, till next time. That's my pond all cloudy again. I'll see you next week, something a bit more exciting. Didn't bum me up that time. Hey. Yeah, because we've got a board out. Got to do the roof extension that way. Got to do the new roof, so that's going to be bitumen clad roof, so something a bit different. And then we can start getting about, so to speak, and seeing some more stuff. So do a few more dealer visits. There'll be a change filtration this year as well. I did say that last year, but yeah, this year. And obviously the air source heat pump's still set up at Koi Water Barn. I need to go and get that. More importantly, I need to pay for it. But yeah, yeah, better news next week hopefully. All right, hope you've had a good weekend. I'll catch you a bit later on. Laters.